Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Hey, wait, let me do that again. I just
Nope,
realized that I sounded
that's the
totally
start of
like,
mine.
what?
That's going to be the start of mine, no matter what happens.
Darn it. Hello, guys, and welcome back to Space Engineers in the new NID Whitelist server, Mark II.
It's all right. Don't introduce them to me.
I'm here with a guest star today. Oh, there he
You
is.
did. Okay.
Oh,
Thought you were
and
being
I
rude.
perfectly timed this to be completely out of energy right at the beginning of the episode. So you guys are all welcome. I know you like that.
That's because you did 3.5 million intros. And you
Yes.
won't put that in your episode, so you can't prove me wrong.
Nope.
Oh, this has already gone badly. So, the point of this is that both Anubis and I ran out of time to record a proper episode, so...
You're not supposed to tell them that. This is a collab. This is what we're doing on purpose. This was planned.
Right, I think you should explain
Yes.
what this is for maybe a few people on my end that haven't seen this yet.
Yeah, okay, good idea. So I've decided to build something massive and huge. So I did take a book or a page out of Boris's book of just going overboard. But basically what the idea here is in my first episode
Anus.
to make
I just realized that's what it looks like.
Okay, I'm calling it a donut, but that's fine. And see, there's a little donut here too. That's like you're dipping a little donut in the big donut. Like you fill your donut with milk because everybody does that, right? And you dip it.
What? You can dip a donut into milk if you were insane, but you don't fill it with milk.
Well, you put it on a plate or a bowl,
Yeah.
right? And you put milk in the middle of the big donut, and then you dip the little donut in the big donut.
You put milk in the donut. Wouldn't it get all soggy?
I've never done this. I made it up right now. All right, so
If I had a donut, I would try it now, but
I know you would. Actually, there's
I don't
probably
have a
people
donut.
watching this right now that are trying it as we speak. So I've done that. I just saw you fly through the little donut. So yes, this is a construction bay, or at least this is going to be a construction bay.
commentary gold. I'm sorry. Construction bay.
Construction bay. The plan here, and so this is just literally the frame. I spent my first episode figuring out exactly how this should align and get all so that I could actually get the frame in the middle of the donut. So I used the new feature, right, of the game where you can rotate it all up and make it fit in here just not very nicely.
Did you get it center in the end?
Sort of. I discovered that it's not centered, but this vertical line, this line here that I'm looking at, is actually proper center. This line here needs to get moved over like two, I think, something like that. But we'll fix that. But yeah, so the idea here is that when this is all said and done, this actually is going to be there's going to be a big hole in the middle, and it's going to be a construction bay, so that you fly a ship through the middle of it, and it'll build it up for you. I'm going to make a little tug that you actually use that has the projector on one side, and then you'll project your ship out the back of the tug. The tug will fly through the middle, and it'll get welded up. This is my plan. I have no idea if it's going to work, but there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, to build half of it and then get bored of it and then go do something else and then never come back. That's how projects like these work, right?
Shush you.
Right, we should actually
This is
start
ultimately going to be a community project too. When I'm all done with it and have built a really big ship, I'm going to hand it over to the server and anybody can use it. So there's going to be a base that we build on actually in the inside of this here as well, where people can dock and then have an observation bay and build their ships. That's my plan.
Are you going to charge for it?
Of course, it's going to be a business.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure something this size means that I could tell Nordic, like give him another job that's massive, and then he could use this.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Nordic is going to stress test the crap out of this for me, I'm sure. But
And then Sal's. It's going to be Sal's resources that are used to make the ship. The ship is going to be made by Nordic using your thing for me, and I don't have to do anything.
You've got this all sorted, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I should probably mention just quickly that if you don't understand why there is a cargo bay here with a bunch of connectors on it, Sal and I moved our partners in grind, or our partners in grime, over, and we renamed it to partners in grind, and we are now doing mining. So this was where we hooked up both of our ships, and we put all of the loot that we gathered into this one cargo container, and then we split it evenly, and then said goodbye.
What's Jackal's pick?
Oh, that's this over here. This is my wonderful mining ship.
Oh, right. I thought it was the name of the station.
No. Yeah, it's
Okay,
weird how
that
they do that
makes
when
more
you connect
sense.
ships up, that they seem to take over the names of things. Oh, yeah. But yeah, that's the Jackal's pick. I just designed the Jackal's blowtorch. That's going to be my welding ship. That'll come in later. But we actually maybe should do something.
Yeah, you're already out of iron, it looks like. And I can't pull
No,
through.
no, you're in the wrong tube. Come over here.
Hang on, where's here?
The
Oh,
other cargo
right in front
container.
of me.
Yeah, that one. You'll notice that one isn't actually hooked up to anything. That was on purpose, so that two ships could join and it wouldn't get pulled into the system.
Pretty
Yeah, so I've
sure
got
there's
lots
no
of steel
actual
plates.
iron. But yeah, you've got some steel plates. So I'll stop producing 1,500,000 more. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing. I have steel plates and not much oxygen.
Well, how's my oxygen doing? I'm still alright for the moment. Yeah, if you jump into that, I think it's shared. Can you jump into that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should fill you up.
Oh, immediately. Okay.
Yeah. The oxygen is immediate, but the energy still takes time, I noticed. Like it counts up slowly.
Maybe if you do one side and then I copy on the other.
Okay. Yeah, so here, let's start with, where's my... So first and foremost, we need to move this thing over, so it is off by 5 blocks, it looks like. So if we move it over 2, that should be the proper center, yes? We think?
Well, it'll be 1 block off center, but
but close enough.
Can't help it, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll go there. So here, there's your mission.
Okay, right.
So yeah, extend that up and
Hang on,
down and get rid of the other one.
Get a better look at the cycle itself. Yeah. Now.
There.
So this is just to mark the center. These blocks won't actually stay here.
Yeah, the ones in the middle
Of
are
course
going
they
to
won't,
go.
Yeah. You can't fly a ship through that.
Yeah, it's actually the ring that I've designed. So we are, and I'm going to mention this now, even though I told you not to. I've been working on this in in creative, and so I've got a basic design for how this should end up looking that both Boris and I are looking at as we go. But you guys don't get to see it because you get to see the final picture in the end.
I didn't know you were working in this in survival. That's amazing.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. I think. Did I do that right? No, it's 7. Darn it. Okay. I should have written down the numbers. So it's So, I mean, this maybe.
I've run out of inventory space, obviously.
Oh, because you grabbed so many steel plates.
It's all right. I'll fix this.
Oh wow! It's a line going all the way up. That's awesome.
kind of want to leave them there and then fly through them.
Yes.
I have to make a confetti machine. That's another idea. Spider-Man's got the pooper. I want the confetti machine. Are confetti machines even a thing? I feel like they should be.
They will be here. It sounds like.
So that you could put any paper into the machine and then instantly have a room full of confetti. Am I going to have to like go and patent this now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess the episode's over then.
Oh, okay. After the episode.
Okay. Is there supposed to be... I feel like there's supposed to be a block marking the center here, so I'm going to put one in.
Sure. Yeah, so this is the... I've marked them at 7 apart, right? So this is going to be the new box. So now we want to basically come out... So I've only done on 1. If we come out 2 on either side of where I've placed those...
And then do a box.
And then do go straight up. And then I'll mark the ones going up.
Yeah. I don't know how high to do yet.
Okay, so that should be... Oh, I put that. It should be here and here.
I was close. I have an innate sense of squares.
So many voxel games, right?
And the ability to make circles in squares.
That's right. Our skills. You have mad voxel skills.
I keep getting these, like, I don't know what it is, but I can't place a block in this corner. It says there's nothing in the road.
In what corner?
I'll try removing one. Up here. See, no matter what I do, I can't put a block on the end of this. If you can see where I am. There.
Like over here?
Here, where I am now. Like on that. I can't
there's
put
actually a block.
there.
There's a block there already, and you just flew through it.
So that's the problem I've been having. It's just a lag-related thing.
Yeah, like I see a block.
Okay.
Yeah, you're flying. Yeah. There's actually a block there.
Oh.
At least for me there is, and I can't go through it.
It's good to know that I've got these invisible blocks through my base.
That's awesome. You have you're a magician.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
That's right. Alright, so... Did I do this right?
It must be about 10 minutes now.
Yeah, so we probably... Let's cut away.
Yeah.
We're gonna say goodbye for a while for us and for half a second for you. And we'll be back when we have a little bit of progress. And we'll show you what's going on. Alright, here we are. Here's some progress. Look at these awesome pistons. It actually kind of looks like a monster, doesn't it?
A monster with Parkinson's.
Yes. So here's the basic... This is what I've come up with. And I accept all suggestions and comments. But got 3 pistons with welders on the end that will all come out. So this is showing you what it's going to look like, but this is going to be staggered this. Whoop, yes?
I'm a welder.
You're... Oh, that's right, because it's not there for you?
Yeah. On my end, you just have to imagine that there's a welder there, because apparently every now and then things just don't show up on my end. So on Anubis's screen, I'm flying through the block.
Through the welder, yeah. So,
yeah.
Were you once a welder, Boris?
Well, I am now.
Yeah. That's awesome. But yeah, so I'm going to continue with these pistons and welders all the way along this bottom piece here, and then all the way along the top piece here. You'll notice that they are reversed, like staggered or whatever, on the top and the bottom. because there's actually less than a block in between these here. We can pull that back, of course, but this way, this welder should get, like what's in front of it, and this one should get what's in front of it, and there should be no missing spot, I'm hoping. And then, of course, they do kind of get what's around them as well.
Yeah, they got a 3-block radius or something like that.
Something like that.
And I just knocked my microphone, so that probably sounded like an earthquake.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I'm going to continue building this on the top and the bottom all the way along like that. And had an idea that Boris and I were just playing with a little bit, but also you want to retract them, I guess? Let's retract them and show them that it pokes through, and our solution to that problem.
I could make them faster, but
no, don't.
They're already.
They're jiggly
paranoid.
worms enough. Wow. Oh, I really hope that this doesn't just explode one day.
We'll have to use like a timer block and do them one at a time.
Yeah, because that worked well
actually
when you
makes
did it manually.
Okay, yeah. I don't know whether it actually works, but it seems to. At the very least, it makes me feel better. Making the pistons move one at a time, waiting for one to be finished moving, then the next one goes.
Yeah. Yeah, so you'll see here that the welder actually sticks out the end of this. And originally, I thought...
Can we go up here?
What are we doing now?
You're referencing welders that aren't there.
Oh, right. I apologize. Yeah, so the welders stick out the end. And originally I thought this would actually just look cool because it would look like, I don't know, like teeth coming out. But then I was thinking that maybe it would be cool to actually enclose them. So we're going to bring the wall up a bit and then use those airtight steel doors on the top. The downside to that, of course, is that it'll make the hole smaller, but in reality, the welders kind of stick out anyway, right? So it's not like you actually have that space; it's already taken up by the welder. So it'll take an extra block for going one above it, but
yeah,
it's not really like it's actually a pretty huge spot here anyway.
This adds more rotors, and rotors are also a problem, but I kind of like the idea of putting a rotor about where I am and having a door move on like in and out, so the door would be on a diagonal like my body. And then it would meet in the middle here, and then it would sort of fold out like that
on both sides.
Yeah. And you could have rotors from both ends to make that as stable as possible, but
yeah,
it adds more rotors.
And more rotors is more wind, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if this thing is already probably going to explode because of the use of pistons, we might as well just go all out.
I do like building fancy moving rotor doors.
Yeah, well then, when we're ready to do that, then that'll definitely have to bring you back to help me with that.
Okay. I do miss that, because the addition of these pistons has kind of removed the need for a lot of those fancy doors. With, a lot of maths to get things to line up perfectly.
Yeah.
Because I used to do them all the time, so I kind of want to do it again.
I actually like that idea. I think that would look really cool. Like the airtight doors are the simple and kind of cheaty option, I guess. Not really cheaty, it's in the game, but since we're not actually trying to make anything airtight, it seems silly to use airtight doors, but I think to use, I thought maybe that would work.
I think I'll
try I like your idea.
Make it a little as curved as possible in such a small space. So it's kind of a rounded, or maybe diagonal if you wanted a bit sharper looking, so that you would have the point, like a sloped armor block. The point of the sloped armor block would just about hit the welder. And you can get that a lot closer as well, because you can build it on the rotor with it sort of out and then swing it in afterwards, and then leave only a tiny gap. Well, I'd leave a bit more than a tiny gap, because they will vibrate and hit each other, but yeah, as close as
true
is safe.
possible and makes sense. Yeah, no, I like that. I think that'll actually look really cool because when this is all on timers, so eventually this whole thing's gonna have to be on timers where all of the pistons of one row go together slowly on the top and the bottom, then the second row, then third row. But before that, then the rotors would have to start. So we actually could time them perfectly too, where the doors open on like the angled doors start to open, and when there's enough clearance, the first piston starts going. So they actually, as they're still opening, the first pistons are coming out.
Yeah,
I think it would look really cool.
That's a lot of timing.
Yes, it is. But that's your job, Boris. That's how you pay back for all of the things that you do legitimately yourself.
I'm doing the doors. I don't want anything to do with timer blocks.
Okay, I'll get Nordic to do that. But yeah, so then this has to get built out on top and bottom. We have to make those doors. The other thing I guess I should mention too is how I actually want this all to work. I mentioned the tug, and Boris and I were discussing it briefly. So if I build a tug that has the projector on the back of it, and then you project your ship out the back of it, it's going to have to fly through here and kind of do it in stages. So the pistons will come up. You'll set them to the right size for the first kind of layer. Then you'll fly the ship through to an entire like midsection, like the core of it, and then you'd stop on the other side. Then it would retract them a little bit, and then you'd fly backwards back through it. So it'd kind of be like you go back and forth with the tug as you're increasing the size of the all of the welders, slowly kind of just building it layer by layer.
The distance that the tug goes would be the maximum length of the ship, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So you would sort of always have the tug going the maximum so that you didn't have to adjust it manually every time.
Every single time, yeah. Because I do want this to be somewhat automated. We're going to use the waypoint system for the tug, so it'll just go back and forth between two different spots. I mean, I guess we could have multiple waypoints too, right? And you could actually hit a button to say like small, medium, and large, and there'd be just like 3 presets for the size of the ship, and they would pull to just those ones. That could be an enhancement that happens eventually. And the last thing I think I should mention is, so if that's the bottom and that's the top where the pistons are, these two things here are on the sides. And if we look at one of the sides, like let's say we take this one. I don't know if I already mentioned this. I think I mentioned this to you off camera. Don't. So if I already mentioned this, hey, look, steel plate. That's Boris's mess.
Oh. Too slow.
Nice try. Too slow. But like right here where this meets, I want to drill straight through this asteroid right out to the other side, and then hollow out a bit of the inside and make a reception area. So on this side, people would come and they would park their ships, right? And there'd be an entrance. So you could park your ships, get out, come into the entrance, go inside. There'll be a big reception area. When you park your ships, you bring all of the materials with you that you need to build your ship. And if you are a good Samaritan or don't care, you can leave stuff behind. But yeah, so you bring what you need, you'd hook it up. That would be all hooked to the system, like to come to all of these welders. And then inside here, I want to put like right here on the side here, on the this inside of the donut would be like a giant observation deck made of windows. So you come in, you could sit down. All the controls would have to be in there, that you could, set your projector and get everything ready to go. And then a big observation deck right here where you could sit and you could just watch your ship getting built as it goes through back and forth. Vroom, vroom. That's kind of my game plan.
We will be adding a mod to this server that adds the sound that Anubis just made. And then we'll have a sound block playing it constantly.
That actually is something I do want to do. We should actually have a custom NID sound pack that we could add to the game.
That's why I've been collecting those audio things, the audio files.
Now there's a reason.
Yeah.
You meant this all the time.
Could have a block where Apple starts shouting about his trousers.
That's right.
Yeah. That won't make any sense to
Yeah.
anyone else, but I guess I'll have to send that file to you so you can play it.
Excuse me, I need to change my trousers!
That's fun. Yes. I probably should. Right when you say that, I probably have to play it in this video now, don't I?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The other things that could be done with this as well is actually make it like this is a real meal deal, and there's like walkways and stuff through here, so like a maintenance crew could come in and try and fix all this stuff. Actually, like in behind the scenes, because eventually, right where these are here, all this square, we were thinking of having like rounded armor blocks going from there to the side of the asteroid, so that it's kind of like rounds in, rounds in, rounds in. We could even try to round the corners off here, so that it's kind of actually looks kind of like a circle. So we keep the shape of the donut.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are all. I think that's a good sum up of the game plan here.
Even if this doesn't work or it explodes, I think this is still a nice looking station to have built, just for the aesthetics.
Yeah, true. I really hope it works though.
Yeah.
Like if you guys have any suggestions or thoughts about what, and the obvious things are the pistons and the rotors will explode, but I'm going to go with them anyway. But yeah, any other suggestions about if there's a flaw in the design, assuming that all the blocks in the game actually function as expected, if there's a flaw in my design, definitely point it out. But I think this will work.
Oh, I'm about to die. I guess that means this is the end?
This is the end. The end is near. Is that you? Is that actually a dead you there?
Yeah, flying towards the thing. I'm dead. So I guess that's
Plump.
it.
Bye.
That was a good ending. But yeah, goodbye. I named this the Glory Hole, but I don't think Anubis knows what a glory hole is, because he hasn't said anything. So I'm going to see how long that lasts. I hope he doesn't watch my video.